Last time we talked about Lord Buddha's Four Noble Truths, and the 8 paths to understand, to come to Four Noble Truths. I will just remind you the steps of Four Noble Truths, like last time, just to catch it up. Some people who has not been here. The Four Noble Truths of Lord Buddha is that the first Noble Truth is that everything is suffering, because it has the tendency of it is not permanent. Everything has a birth, everything has a death, everything has a beginning, everything has an end. That's the first of the Four Noble Truths. And the second one is why it has been so. The two is that knowledge that rising of ill is based on ignorance, and it is perpetuated by craving and intoxication for sensuality and sensations, becoming and re-becoming delusion and ignorance. While we know that things are not permanent, we still grasp, hold, try to keep. While we know, this is the reason of the first one. Suffering because we grasped, we try to keep, which is moving. We try to stop, which is moving. We try to keep the good ones and try to not to face the bad ones of experience. But it is the same thing in the same coin. The good and the bad, the opposite and the positive and negative is in the same coin. You cannot have this without that. It is the way of life. You cannot have happiness without sorrow. You cannot have darkness without light. This goes with everything in our path of life. You cannot grasp one side because you like it, because you want it, because it has to be coming from the opposite of it. So without understanding this, we are suffering. That is the second one. The third one is, the 3 is the knowledge that the ceasing of this ill that has arisen, the stopping of all future becoming is nirvana. True reality realized, freed of this ill understanding. It is nirvana. That is the third one. The 4 is the knowledge of Eightfold Noble Path that leads to the cessation of the ill and winning the goal, the true permanent state of self. We have a state of within us, that it doesn't have an opposite. It's not dependent on what we believe, it's not dependent on sensations, it's not dependent on what we do, good or bad. It doesn't depend on anything, what is inside here. That's not depending on you as a doer, that if you do this, I will go to hell. If you do that, you go to hell, heaven. It doesn't have a dependence there. That is the true self of who you are. That's, even if you have done yesterday the most wrong thing, today it's possible to come to one with that. Because it's alive right now, right here. It's not dependent on anything. Everything else is dependent on it. So that is the 4th Noble Path, and then coming into the second, right thinking, right speech, right action, right living, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, and right transcendent. These are the Eightfold Paths. If you go into the Buddha's teachings, or even in online of Eightfold Path, and then they tell you the rest of it, what I said, you can get it from anywhere. It's very the first steps of Buddha's teaching. So I will stop from there, from the last time one, and I'm going to today start something to say which is very groundbreaking, something that we all sometimes maybe in our heart we know it, but we don't want to agree it, but that's the truth. Sometimes the truth is quite hard to solve, but we are here to not to judge on anything. We are here to be free. It doesn't matter how it comes to you, because it is time for you to be free. We are not afraid of who we are. We can't be afraid of who we are. It's impossible. It's not. That is the whole reason why we suffer. There was a true story. I tell you this true story. The gentleman, the priest who was talking on the meditation, he was on a train station, and this reporter came to him and said, I'm John David. I want to ask you a few questions. So he said to him, you are John David. Who are you? He said, I'm John David. No, that's your name. Who are you? If I can ask a question first before you ask me, he said, who are you? He said, I'm a human being. He said, that's your race. But who are you? And he said, I'm sorry, I cannot answer. I'm a reporter. I said, that's your job. But who are you truly? He said, I don't know. This is the reason why we suffer. The reporter's question was, I have a question, because he stopped him before he asked. The world is suffering with greed, hunger, and pollution. What do you think which is the most worst thing that our world is destroyed by? He said, none of these things. The world is destroyed by not knowing who you are. This is why. This is the worst pollution that we create to kill each other and destroy. Even the planet is dissolving. Before that, we're going to dissolve this, our human race. Because of this, we don't know. This is the pollution we have. It's not the global pollution of children hungry or anything. All this is coming to be not knowing this. Who we are, we do not know. You can call your career, you can call your mother's father's name, you can call I'm a female and a male. No, none of these things is you. Why? You can say, I am John. My name is John. My body, my feelings, my thoughts, my sensations, my perception, my life, my body, I'm female, my husband, my life, everything which is belong to you. It's not you. All of these things are belong to you. We never question whose is all this belong to. It's me, I. Where is this location of I? Can you find it? You can't find this I anywhere. If you focus inside, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here, anywhere. This I, we have a sense inside in our gut feeling. This I am. This I am is not a person. This I am is consciousness. Which you rise in the morning when you wake up. First thing, I am has arrived, then you have arrived. Without I cannot have you. I cannot see you. Likewise, without I have no word. First you have to say I and then word. I, God. I, this. First you. This I is consciousness. Without you being this, you cannot perceive anything. But we give very little attention to this. This is where the world has begun. World was born from I am. But before I am arises, there is something beyond, knows I am also. This is how I told you last time. When you fall asleep, when you woke up, you know you slept, but you weren't there to say that I slept. Thank God for that. If you were there, you won't be sleeping. Because you put it down, there's something else knows that you slept. So likewise, I am means I exist. I am, consciousness exists means you know you exist. There is something in you knows that this body, these feelings, all this exist. This is the key. This is why you know I am. I am is not a person. I am is consciousness which you know that you are conscious. The one who knows has, you cannot say what it is. Why? Because you are that. You give birth to everything. You are like the whole universe, giving birth yourself. This, you don't have a shape. You can't see, you can't smell, you can't hear. But that perceives even you. You take it to be. How do we come to see something we can't see? How do we come to know that we can't know? Intuitive. When you sit, when you ground yourself like that in the meditation, you come to see there is a space. Even when the thoughts are coming, you can see. It is appearing to you. Why? Before the thought came, you were there. During the thought, you were there. When the thought is gone, still you are there, it's gone. Every feeling has come and gone, but you are still here. This is why you know that it has appeared. But immediately when you appear, what happens to you? You identify with the appearance of you, and it has happened to me. You are gone with it. So you cannot come to the base of you to see where is this coming and where is it gone to. It's coming from the same place and going to the same place. So I bringing this one, this is a conversation to direct you where I'm going to talk to you today. So these are my understanding of my meditation, my own writing. So just see whether, because I wrote this one for you to simple English so that you can understand like a small child understanding something. Not so much understanding. You don't need so much understanding for this. The more you are here, then just being is the most important. More you understand, more you don't know. Because this came after. That's the first. Try to embrace from here mostly. This is the where you should understand, not here. So, the fundamental question, you are not your body. Not your feelings, not what you think you are. You are not your thoughts and free will think you have. The free will that you think you have is not you as well. Finally, you are not your individual consciousness also. Why? Because you know you're conscious. If you know something, it has to be two. One, the one who knows, and the thing that you know. Object, subject. Finally, you are not your individual consciousness. Why? Because you know you are conscious. When somebody hit your head, somebody from your head, you're going, you know, you can talk to someone and say, you know, something hit my head, I was going into unconsciousness. But something new, something going unconsciousness. Who knew you're going unconscious? If you are conscious of this individual consciousness. Something new, it's something there before this individual consciousness, to know that you are going unconscious. When you go for a surgery, I don't know any of you have, hope and pray is not, but I have many times. When I go, doctor calls me 10, I'm on anesthetic, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, I'm going, I'm gone. I have the knowledge that I'm going out. How? There has to be something here to know that I'm going unconscious. I cannot be unconscious. Consciousness also. For that, you don't have to know what you are. Why? It is always here. If you know, you separate with that. The one you knows and the one thing that you know. That you cannot be known. It's like you're standing, you can't see where you're standing underneath. Even you move, it's the same thing. Only you can see your shadow, your reflection only. This is our reflection. It comes with a big package. Feeling, sensations, perception, all, including consciousness. So all of this we perceive it. We cannot deny that we are not perceiving it. Nobody can deny that we don't perceive this. Yes, I perceive all of it. If I'm perceiving, I cannot be this. This is the key. This you can't take it out from any of this understanding. Why? You can't take it out because you know heart of heart that I perceive it, I know it. This is the deepest feeling or deepest hurt, but I am the one who perceiving it. So how can I be that? So, it is also not, which we call it this emptiness. This emptiness is not about non-existence. That's what we are. We call in Buddhism emptiness. It's called sunyata. Sunyata is the Sanskrit. But it's not nothingness. It is nothing of things. It's not nothing also. This I, the me, is only, we call that 5 aggregates, 5 khandhas. Those are form, feeling, cognition, that is perception, mental formation, and consciousness. These are the 5 khandhas. 5 khandhas are, these are the ones we perceive as me. Form is body, feeling, cognition, mental formation, consciousness. We are only these 5 khandhas. This body belongs to 5 khandhas. This body is all about 5 khandhas, 5 aggregates. We cannot find ourselves without these 5 khandhas. You cannot tell me anything beyond these khandhas without involving these khandhas. Form, feeling, perception, mental formation, consciousness. We can't. Buddha mentioned that our objective appearance as a TV which projecting images. You are the screen, you are not which appears in the screen. You as you take it to be also appearing in the screen, but your true self is the screen only. That is consciousness. Even you, as you take it to be in a performance in the screen, but you are not that. It is a reflection. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Kingdom of heaven is the one which perceives everything, which you can't say that is me, pointing it out. I or me are only 5 aggregates and khandhas. Form covers everything physical, colors, textures, and so on. Feelings, pleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings, or neutral feelings. Moods, boredom, excitement, pleasure, pain, etc. It's coming under feelings. Cognition, future plans, past, who and what you think you are. Mental formation, physical attractions, likes and dislikes, everything that moves and everything you see in emotional level. This to do with mental formation. Finally, the consciousness is the very fact of our awareness, the screen. The consciousness is our screen, how we perceive the world, including you are in it with your feelings, sensations, in it as an actor. You perceive this, who you are has no form. Can you say, as you take it to be, outside of these 5 aggregates? You can't. Can you find yourself without these aggregates? You call your body my body, feelings my feelings, my thoughts. Who is the thinker of your thought? There is someone listening when the mind speaks. And you say, that's my thought is speaking to me. If it's your thought, if you know your thought, if you are the one who is thinking, then you know before the next thought comes, which is that thought is. You don't know that because you are not the thinker. Thought is just appearing. But you think, I am thinking. No. Thought is an appearance only. You have no control over that. It is depending on the things you perceive and that way you think. Feelings, then you start thinking. Pain, then you thinking. These are just appearances in you, but we attach these things so tightly and we suffer. But it's an appearance. If you look and sit and ponder, you will see it is an appearance, come and it's go. Who is the thinker of your thoughts? Or who is the thoughts happening to? To whom the thought is happening to? This is very important. You call yourself, I, me. Thought is happening to me. Who is this me? Consciousness? Yes, consciousness. But me, for you, is not consciousness. There is a form inside you, which is an illusion. It's me. Who is me? Where is me? Find it. Conform it to yourself, not to anyone else. Who knows that you are conscious? Who knows that you are conscious? You say, I, me, this person. It's a good feeling to know that you exist. But Buddha says, hold on a minute. He says, when unenlightened say, when aggregate comes together, the person is born. Aggregates. Remember the aggregates? The feeling, form, perception, and consciousness. When they come together, you say the person is born. When they fall apart, you say the person died. When they come back together, you say the person is being reborn. But what is this? Coming, going. These are the aggregates only, it's not you. But you are here witnessing all these comings and goings. Even your death is coming and going. It's always here to watch this. When you know, as the Buddha knows, you can sit and watch these drops and stop the breath while you are here. Totally, you are here. That is enlightenment. Then you know, I am beyond time, I am beyond space, I am beyond death and birth. That is nirvana. If a human being like him has achieved that, just like you and me, who has a family, who had a mother, a father, who had a wife and a child, you and I can achieve that right now, right here. When unenlightened say the aggregates come together, the person is born. But truly there is nobody is born or died. No you, no me truly exists as ultimate reality. There is a different streams of aggregates coming, flowing in time, and same is the falling apart and coming back together. Different streams of falling, coming and coming. It's like a river coming together and falling apart and coming together. It's like a wave coming over to the shore and going back. But you think when the wave comes, you call it a wave. Why? I am John, has been born. And the wave go back, John has died. But it is only water. It's not John. We mention these things for us to live in this world and mention a form or John or so and so. But it is, you're not separate from that water. It's come and it goes back. As you hear this. But underlying is only water. That underlying water doesn't move, doesn't have a wave. That's the same stream. You can see how still it is. And this is going and coming and going and coming. So this is our life, we call it. But you need to come to the true waters, which is not moving. To see this wave coming and going. Then you are out of suffering. You are out of birth and death. Even you're living in this life, you can perceive everything as usual as it is, with such love beyond birth and death, and you love the next person beyond that person's form. As yourself, you perceive the other one, not as a separate one. Ultimately, you cannot understand true self intellectually. This teaching needs your complete dedication or truly to really to get it. If you wish to dissolve that in the gut feeling of I am, you need to dedicate so much in you to get over that gut feeling of I am. You need to give out and put it down, that gut feeling of I am. That is true meditation. When you let go of I am, you're going to be timeless. Spaces beyond birth and death. This I am is the gut feeling that you're coming to an end one day. When did you got to know yourself? When you got to know I am in your life? When you're about 4 years old. Why? Your body came to life, you can see, you can control, but before that you were not born. You were there. What was that then? That was only pure consciousness. That's why it is so pure. When you see a child like that, you feel drawn to it, but it's so pure, it is nothing else. But when I am appears, your body appeared, you appeared, everything came after. In fact, many people mistake Buddha's message that the self doesn't exist. Buddha never said that. He claimed that I do not exist, just as misleading to say I am, because still you are thinking of terms of I, Ananta. If you say I don't exist, or if I say I exist, he didn't say that. Both. Why? People were disciples were confused. Why are you saying if you don't have that I? Why you don't say it? But if you say that, you still are I who says that. You're not the I, that who you are, the Buddha nature, the kingdom of heaven is not I. It is ease. It is the beingness. It is the Supreme Brahman. It is that. We can't put a name to that. You can't put anything else. You can't put a name to what you are. It encompasses the whole, everything within you and without you. So, to understand this teaching is to change completely, seeing the outlook in the world. It is difficult to explain to the ones who doesn't understand. and who understand Ananta, the self, can't really describe to the world. It's amazing. You've been talking, acting, loving, temples, pujas, ashrams, everything you go and you do everything to find truth. And ultimately when you find you can't even speak. Because there is no words there. You can't describe yourself in words. You can't put it into a perception. Because it gave birth to it. Everything was born from there. So how are you going to mention this, who you are as this or what that? You can't. It is the most purest. You may feel love, immense love towards everything. You may feel joy. You may feel that I don't have to do anything anymore. You may feel like that when you touch this. Buddha meditated on this, on himself, freed him from all suffering from the world. Wherever he went, to whomever he spoke, he attracted people, disciples throughout his life. Whoever he met, who wants to come out of suffering, Buddha guided them again and again from the same question: who are you? Don't go anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere to do anything to find this truth. You sit, find out, who am I? Don't answer this question in words or think from these words. Just keep the question alive inside you. You are going to dissolve it. Who am I? That's all you need. Keep the question alive. Keep on pondering. Keep on sitting. Let everything down, even the gut feeling of it. Put it down. Who am I? When you do this, going on and on, you're going to come to this. You have to, because you are yourself. You're already this. It is not a thing that you're getting it from. You're already this truth. All of these things exist because of that. You cannot be here without that. Nothing is here without that. Observing consciousness, observing the consciousness means you're observing even your conscious. Divide into two individual consciousness as subject with object. What we have to learn from this is not separation towards another, but two way of looking or experiencing, but both are true in their own experience. But remember, anyone who experiences is not the ultimate truth. It's so beautiful, this delusion of drama what Lord has created us. Look, he said you observe your consciousness, but at the same time remember, it is the consciousness which experience all this. Also, you are separate from that. You see, what we have to learn from this is the separation towards another, nothing towards another, but two way of looking or experiencing, but both are true in their own experience. But remember, on many aspects of that particular person, we will never come to one with oneself only through our sense objects and experiences. What this means is, even you only come to realize, remember, only one experience is not ultimate truth. We only experience by our own perception only. Our perception has been cultivated from many things. Your background, your parents, where you brought up from. All of these are individual, separate aspects of when you perceive something. It cannot be perfect. It is not true. Your experience is different to another. It doesn't mean it is not true. It is only temporarily true. related to that point of view is true. But that is not the ultimate. That's why you must not disrespect of someone else's experience or how they experience things as well. Why? According to that person. According to this one. But you know in your heart, none of these things are not ultimate truth. It's only experience from this consciousness only. For the momentary truth. That's why Buddha told two truths. Ultimate truth and relative truth. Relative to that moment truth. But ultimate truth is the one who perceives the consciousness that you are experiencing as a person too. So we need to come home for this. To see as a person in this body, as I am, Iomi, I am anyone who I take it to be my mother and father, given a name to this body, experiencing in my consciousness in life. I see this, I witness it, I'm the observer of it, but I'm not this. I'm not only this. And then he says about who we are cannot be seen or explained with words, only by reflecting. That itself, yourself itself, cannot be known. It only can be known because you reflected it. Because this is a reflection, that's only why you can see yourself. Because that is the one who observing this. What a beautiful performance of our life, my God. When somebody called me today, Leonie, I won't be able to come. I said, do you know what you're missing today? Because I'm telling this. You are not this, and you are reflecting this. You are free. You are not bound to this expression of this equipment anymore. My God. Oh, what a freedom. One when you are experiencing it, sitting down in a room. So, here goes. I will take it from my Buddha Heart Sutra. I wrote it down from here. What is it cannot be seen. Seeing is possible. What is it cannot be spoken. Speech is possible. What is it cannot be heard. Hearing is possible. What is it cannot feel. Feeling can be felt. What is it cannot be imagined. Imagine is possible. These are the words that you can't tell what you are, but you can only direct by your sensations this equipment to direct going back in. Because it has no name, it has no place. It is how you can say I am here when you are everywhere. You have no boundary. So because of that, we use this to go home. It is not even go. You are here. Everything else, you put it over it. It is the only thing which is not moved. But everything else moved and come and go and come back and going and coming back. This life, previous life, next life, everything. So we have to come home for you to see the other one as the other, not as other, but as me. And then you live your life with compassion, with love, and ultimately you know that even this falls down, I am not. What does it mean is, what I said it means is of our being as no form. What it needs is love and wisdom to express it. All our activity, sense objects, thoughts, self-you take it to be, and your body all in see being reflected in this, reflected in you. All affiliations, sensations are reflected in you. You which I can't put a name to. 3 doors of liberation. Emptiness, signlessness, and aimlessness. We call it aimlessness. Oh, cannot be aimlessness. Means you cannot find yourself with the aim. You have to just be. That's why the aimlessness is so important to us. Because in today's world, aimlessness, not thinking, not doing is it's taboo. How can we live like that? We have to do, we have to think. Of course you have to do. She's not against that. But finding yourself is how they have the capacity to come out of fear and help us to touch the ultimate and leave behind our notions and leave behind of notions like birth and death. Emptiness is sunyata. Sunyata is the Sanskrit word for addressing us. Emptiness does not mean non-existence. Buddha found out emptiness means empty of 5 aggregates. So when we say emptiness, mind goes like this. No emptiness, my God, no, I'm scared. Emptiness is not emptiness of nothing. Emptiness means emptiness of something which is empty. But something has to be here to be empty. It's like this glass of water. If I pour this water out, it's empty. But still the glass is here. But it's empty of water. So you're empty of aggregates, your true self. When you know yourself is only this body's aggregates, the form, the what do you call it? The 5 aggregates that I mentioned: consciousness, the perception, form, feeling, sensation, mental formation. All these are aggregates that we perceive through this body. But though emptiness is empty of those aggregates as your real self. That is emptiness. It's not empty of non-existence. It exists. That's why you exist. So, those are form, body, feelings, perception, mental formation, and consciousness. Then he said, form is emptiness and emptiness is form. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Why? Form is emptiness, but emptiness also is form. Because you can't take both out. It has to be together to have a form. You can't, nothing is without emptiness. You tell me anything without emptiness. Everything is emptiness. It's because everything is in it. It's like a room. You put room, we call the room and you separate from it, because we call that a name, because you separate from it, like our body, and you put furniture in it, we call a bedroom. But the bedroom wall goes, furniture goes off, space is space. That's you. Space doesn't move because you said it's a bedroom. So this is what you are. Form, emptiness is not nothing, but empty of something. Cup has to be there to say empty of something. So emptiness does not mean non-existence. This cup empty of what? Tea, maybe water. So you are emptiness of aggregates, this form. You don't have to be existing with form. You can be without form, still exist. The flower or tree, we will see what is in these flowers. You see the clouds, sunshine. If you say this only the flower or the tree, that whole thing is there. Why? If you say a name, you take it out from the house. Why? You take it out from the emptiness. Because you thought this is a form, this is a tree. No, it has other things in it. It has sunshine, it has cloud, it has soil, it has mud, it has nutrition. Without all that, it cannot be. So the 5 aggregates are the sunshine, the cloud, the mud, the form of the tree. But where is it located? Inside out. There's a space of that. That gives birth to being. So, like it says, the flower or tree, we will see clouds, sunshine, soil. This tree is empty as a tree, as individual existence. This tree is not individual existence. It cannot be without. It's combined. That's why we are empty. We are not an individual person. We are a combined self. When I see you his ancestors, his father, mother, and the grandfather, sunshine, everything is included to become this you. You cannot exist on your own. All this comes together, only you become me, I. That is why it is empty. It cannot exist on its own. You do not have a truth as its own. So, one disciple asked, my master Gautama Buddha, you say this flower is empty. I want to know, empty of what? It is full of everything. So empty means empty of what? Full of what? Like consciousness is conscious of something. Well, Buddha says, well, you are right. The flower is full of cosmos. The only thing is that it is empty of is a separate existence. Flower cannot be by itself. Flower does not have a separate existence, a self-nature, like you and me. We do not have a self-existence, a self-nature, a separate from something else. We are combined with so many aspects of our lives. And we became me. And we become individual. This is the war we are fighting today in human existence. Me, I. We do not know who we are. We think this one is so solid. Like consciousness is conscious of something, where Buddha says this is not. Self-nature, everything is contains of full of cosmos, but it is empty only of separate existence, of a self-nature. Because if we remove the non-flower elements from the flower, there is no flower left. Flower, according to Buddhist teaching, it is called conventional designation. We are a conventional designation. What is the conventional designation? It's a name. It's a designation combined together. It's like it's only a name. If everything has a self-nature, if everything has a self-existence and does not need others to be there, then everything will remain the same forever. Everything will remain the same without change. Why? If it has self-nature, that means it exists on its own. But if you are not ourselves, it's not exist on our own, combined with many things, so it cannot wait without change. It has to change. It's like a child. Suppose if we talk about a child has no self-nature, no independent existence. Without the father, mother, the sunshine, the water, the food, the child cannot be. Child is a conventional designation. Let me tell you why. That is why child cannot remain as a child forever. He has to grow into a young man or an adult. If a child has self-nature, the child will remain the child forever. So nothing has self-nature. Nothing has self-nature. Nothing has self-existence. Nothing can be by itself. No self-nature. That is what you see in deeply and touch deeply when you look at everything. Nothing exists on its own. You, me, tree, flower, any of this, nothing exists on its own. This understanding and experience will set us free. Man, the human being, we come to us now, is a conventional designation. Human being does not have self-nature. Man is made of non-man elements. This is why I call it groundbreaking. Because human being does not have self-nature. Man is made of non-made man elements. Let me tell you how. Looking into the human being, we see ancestors. But we have animal ancestors. We have vegetable ancestors. And we also have mineral ancestors. We cannot exist without any of this alone. We are combined and became man. Man is made of non-man elements. If we remove all of these non-man elements, animal, plants, minerals, there is no man left. I told you, coming to know yourself is keeping your heart and mind open. This is our truth. Man cannot be himself alone. Man has to interbe with animals, plants and minerals. That is why to protect man, you have to protect animals, vegetables and minerals. This is the war we have with our planets and ourselves. We don't want to save anything else other than yourself. But you do not know who you are. So you destroy everything what is not you think you are. You destroy the planet, you destroy you. You destroy the minerals, you destroy you. You destroy the vegetation, you destroy you. You destroy the animals, you destroy you. Man cannot be himself alone. Man has to be interbe with animal, plants and minerals. That is why to protect man, you have to protect animals, vegetables and minerals. That is the teaching of Diamond Sutra, the Heart Sutra of Buddhas. That is the most ancient text on deep ecology. You can go online and check the Diamond Sutra. You will know what Buddha spoke, what he come to recognize within himself. What am I? As a biologist, you can look into the body of a person and you see that the person is the continuation of his parents. All the cells, all the genes have been transmitted by many generations of ancestors. That self-Atman does not exist. A separate existence, non-changing entity, we call it soul, is not there. There is nothing unchanging. When you look deeply as Buddha did, there is nothing unchanging. It's only 5 khandhas: form, feeling, perception, mental formation and consciousness. Everything is flowing, everything is changing. You don't see anything remain the same in 2 consecutive moments. And because of that, and therefore as self, a soul that remains always the same, does not seem to be something real at all. There is no unchanging self. You are empty of self. You are empty of separate existence. Neuroscience also can see who we look into our brain, we see a lot of neurons. They are firing together. They are exchanging information every moment. There is no neuron that plays the role of a conductor or a leader. That is a community of self that operates like a symphony orchestra has found out. In our body, there are billions of cells that are working together. Therefore, a decision is made, but there is no decision maker. Decision has been made, there is no decision maker. No decision maker outside of the decision. There is no feeling, there is a feeling taking place, but there is no feeler. Why? It is an appearance, not as you, in you. Not as you, I'm repeating, in you. No decision maker outside of the decision. There is no feeling taking place, but there is no feeler. There is no perception that happens, but there is no perceiver existing outside of perception. I think now the science has found out that there is no self. Science and spirituality coming together. We are in the era of coming together. Right now the man is finding there is no self. But there is something, but they cannot put that in the microscope. They cannot put the kingdom of heaven under microscope. Of course you can't. Thank God for that we can't put that in a microscope. For God's sake, we are out of this bondage of creating and killing and then creating. Thank God for that. The God has taken over us and we are that. We are this. I think now, suppose if we talk about a wind, this is funny when Buddha said that, and you say, wind blows. It looks like there is the wind that does the job of blowing. But it's very funny, he said, to say the wind blows. If it's not blowing, it's not the wind. Right? It cannot be the wind, right? Because the wind is the one who's doing the action of blowing. If we are like this, we talk like this. When you come to know ourselves, we sound funny. Really, I sound funny sometimes. I talk to my kids. I said, that's okay. I have to mention this thing. They don't understand otherwise. I cannot say you don't exist. I cannot say that. So I have to this way. And it's like the wind blowing. I'm saying wind is blowing. The wind is there separately to blow. No, it is not. So Buddha explained these things in this way, like chewing things to the kids, So it's very easy, but it's very funny to say the wind blows, it is not blowing. It is not the wind then. And we say rain falls. Imagine the rain does not fall. If it does not fall, it's not the rain. So you can say that there is rain, but you cannot find the rainer. You can't find the rainer who's raining and falling. It's funny. That's how we speak. Because we don't know who we are. My thought, my feeling, my life. Hello, who are you? It's okay saying that. But inside in your heart, I know it's my feeling, but it's an appearance. I am here to see that. I'm observing it. If I'm observing, I can't be that. This is what it is. It's beautiful. It's It's a chewable way of knowing yourself. It's not difficult, actually. And he says, same thing is true with our feelings, our sadness and joy, but there is no feeler standing outside in the background. He says, there is nobody background. Look, his thought is speaking and you're taking it as yourself. And you're saying, look, I knew it. Who is this? Who is entangled with that thought? Because you took yourself to be something identified, and the thought is speaking to that only. The mind is doing a good job of giving you help. Why? Because until you dissolve this identity, I'm going to make you kill yourself. Why? I'm going to talk to you until you die. Because it's not even a thing to be dead. It is not even existing. Truly, it doesn't exist. But we take this so seriously. We hold on so tight. I'm going to war with this. I'm going to kill the other one. With this. That's why that priest said, who are you, when the reporter came? When he asked, what is the most dangerous thing in the world, he asked. Pollution? Hunger? He said, none of these things. The problem is that you don't know who you are. This is the biggest pollution we have. Because of there is no self, there is no sambhava, there is no self-nature. Everything is a conventional designation. Everything depends on everything else. In order to express itself, and that is the teaching of independence in interconnectedness. You cannot be by yourself. It's impossible to be. It is impossible. It is impossible to be without combining yourself and not knowing what you are. But it is possible to be inter. When you are inter-be, that means you know yourself what you are. You're made of something. You're always made of something. Everything is dependent on something else. It is not a singular existence. We take it as myself, we call it me. I'm an individual and you are different to me. This is the problem we have. Because it doesn't exist. It is not true, but we are holding on so tight. We are so identifying, going to war without knowing what we are. That is why teaching of Buddhas on Genesis, how the world come to be. It's very easy and simple. It is because that is because of this. And that is not because of that is. This is not. That is because of this is. And that is not because this is not. Interconnectedness. You think something happening in Australia has no effect on us? Definitely we have effect on us. We are like a web. We are connected to each and everything. This is because that is. Because that is not. Everything is connected to everything else. And that is the meaning of emptiness. Emptiness is not just empty, as the mind take it to be, and so fearful of. Empty of what you take it to be. Everything is full of everything else. But everything does not have a separate existence. This is emptiness. Emptiness is not something negative. Emptiness is coming to know your womb. The womb which has been born of everything, birth of everything. You are the womb which gives birth to the whole universe. That has no death, that has no birth, that has no shape, that has no boundary, that has nothing what you do or say has an effect on that. That is only an observing knower observing power. That's why you can perceive this with the whole package. Feeling, sensation, all that. That's why he said, without that, this is not. Without this, that is not. Why? That is always, but we reflect from that. We cannot know that itself. Why? You cannot know yourself. You are free when you go to sleep. How happy you fall asleep. You put everything down. You buy the best bed to sleep. And you even fall in love with someone yesterday and you get married. You still want to forget everything and fall asleep. Why? If you don't sleep, you are not in love next day. Why? Because it's important that when you fall asleep, that you are going in full joy. You leave behind everything. When you sleep, it's the most peace time. You know why? The knower, the I, is not there. Your I, you take it to be, is not there. You are in such peace. Not sleep, not the sweet dream state. No, you are still then taken another form there. But your deep sleep state is your most enjoyable time. Why? You don't know anything as other. This is your peace. This is how your whole body repairs. Your whole body repairs. Who breathes your body? You breathe. You say, I breathe. If you are the one who breathing, you'll be dead when you're fallen asleep. But we never contemplate these things. Why? We took mother's, father's advice, we took hearsay and we believed. We never sat down to contemplate this. If you are the one who breathing, you will not be breathing anymore. Because you are not there when you are asleep. So who breathes your body? That itself breathes your body. And so someone else knows that you're going and say, get up. That makes you breathe. Breathing, you're not doing. Thinking, you're not thinking. Doing, you're not doing. This body is an equipment working and it's happening. Everything is a happening. Of course, there is an effort comes through your consciousness, yes. But that is what you are. That is why teaching of Buddha is Genesis, how the world come to be. A meditation method, I'll tell you at last. Breathing in, breathing out. This is what you call, I can send you to an email, this format, how you come to know, to sit down, to come to connect with yourself truly. So you can come to one with this, what I'm talking about today. The breathing in, breathing out. In, I am the blooming as a flower. In. Out, I am fresh as a dove. In, I am strong as a mountain. Out, I am island unto myself. In, Buddha is my mindfulness. Out, shining near, shining far. In, Sangha is my 5 khandhas working in harmony. And in, I am free, I am free, I am free. And you silence. Breathe out before we start again. Breathe in, I am the bloom of the flower. Breathe out, fresh as a dove. Breathe in, strong as a mountain. Breathe out, the island of unto myself. Breathe in, Buddha is my mindfulness. Breathe out, shining near, shining far. Breathe in, Sangha is my 5 khandhas, working in harmony. Breathe out, taking refuge in myself. Breathe in, I am free, I am free, I am free. I am free of attachment to my khandhas. I am free of myself as I thought to do. I am free of my form. I am free of my mental formation. I am free of my consciousness. I am free of my mind, thoughts. Thoughts, feeling, sensation, perception, cognition, consciousness. All these are operating systems in this body. I am free, I am free, I am free. When you come to this, you come to know I see all of this. Am I not free when I see this? I am free when I see this. Because who sees that it cannot be one who see what you see. Then you have found the kingdom of heaven. Not you have been left anymore. There is no you finding kingdom of heaven anymore. You and that come together. There is no two people anymore. The one who finds the one who is no. You become one with it. There is no finder of you. You are that. We are used to using our mind always. This is our problem, to find something. So mind is always from A to B. This you have to put your mind down. Why? Mind is also in it. There is no A to B left. You are that, you see even the A and the B. So, I have some papers to give it to you. Buddha's love meditation. How to detach yourself, to purify yourself. I will read and I'll distribute this one. We can read it together. We can distribute each one. Please distribute it. You can keep this one in a place of where you keep your Jesus Christ, where you keep a lamp or place in a place of very pure. You can keep this one in a place where you feel that you come to calm. Under a lamp, keep it there. Once you take this one home. Buddha's love meditation. This is the last, and that we are closing after this. We start saying a little louder together. May I be peaceful, light in my body and in my mind. May I be safe from accidents. May I be safe from anger, unwholesome, negative states of mind. May I be able to look at myself with the eyes of understanding and compassion. May I be able to recognize joy and happiness in myself. May I be able to nourish my joy each day. May I be able to live fresh, solid and free. May I not fall into indifference and caught in extremes of attachments. And all of the above has to be repeated on he or she. So when you are saying at home, you can say to yourself first, and then he or she, be peaceful, light in my body and in my mind, in his mind. So when you are saying it to freeing someone else as well. The second paragraph, third paragraph. I want to reconcile with myself because we are not peace with ourselves. I want to look at myself as I have unwholesome thoughts. I want to reconcile forgiveness to myself and forgiveness to others. May I offer them to all beings and to become stronger. When unwholesome as anger, despair, thoughts come. Press the stop button and change the CD. And put your loud and wholesome CD to play. Love and kindness to the land you live. The positive teachings about who made you suffer. Repeat as before. The positive thing about who made you suffer, and you repeat for the one who gave you suffering. The one who gave me suffering, be peaceful, light in their body and in their mind. The one who made me suffer, safe from accidents. So the one who made me suffer, safe from anger, unwholesome negative thoughts. So you're offering this one to the one who did wrong to you. Do you understand that? May he or she who made me suffer be peaceful, light in his body and his or her mind. And then may he or she, so forth, going to the same thing. So you are releasing yourself, being hateful for the person who had done wrong to you, as well as you're releasing the other. Then you come to know of ultimate dimension of myself, which is beyond time and space. Then of he or she, they will come to know. Then you come to know the other one that is beyond time and space. Then of the one who made you suffer also you will see that he is also beyond time and space. Once you go beyond time and space, then you are free of time and space. You are in timelessness. This is possible from the great inside. I gave this to you when you meditate. You have these thoughts before you read this first, and you have this thought and resonate with these things, so you let go and let it be, because you need to put everything down to come to the kingdom of heaven. You need to forgive as Christ. You need to forgive and let go of yourself, what you think that you have done some wrong to yourself, also as Buddha said. Forgive yourself also. So you are not this. It doesn't matter I have done wrong, but because I know myself from now onwards, there is no harm coming from me to anyone. It is not possible when you know yourself that you do harm to someone. Why? You come to know as well as yourself, you come to know the other one who that is. Even though the other one doesn't know that, you still forgive that and look away, or maybe save him. Why? You don't know what you are, but I know what you are. You wonder how Christ did all that with such hatredness, with people. Don't you want to go there and see whether it's possible for you to do that? I wanted to. This is our freedom. This is not beyond bondage. This is the free of that you are having the wings to come to know the truth. And you're free forever. You're nothing between, collapses in between time and space and birth and death anymore. There is no job for you to do anymore, because you put down everything. You do not have to be reborn again in another form to birth and death, and you see your loved ones dying in front of your eyes again and again and again. We do not want to see that anymore. We know this is suffering. And then why we ask for unfinished business then? Why we have unfinished business then? Finish it this life. You do not have to go to a Himalaya to do this. You do not have to go to a jungle to be alone and wear a robe. No. You can do this in your bedroom. Sitting on the bed, lighting a lamp, light a candle. You can do this. You are fully equipped in this body. Lord has given you everything to work on it. Jesus Christ said, you are the temple of your kingdom. Safeguard it. Love it. Give kindness to it. Give love to it. Take care of it. Don't exploit it. Don't discriminate it. Yourself, low or high. Take care of this temple. So the kingdom is in safe. It is safe anyway. But for you to understand, to come to that, you need to let this down, let these things down. You need to let go of your past, future. You need to know whose your child is before you pass in front of his eyes. You need to teach your child that, so that when you pass, if nothing has happened, I am one with you. It is not a nice saying only. So that your child will not suffer. He will not have depression without you. You do not have to buy him the best gift ever in the world. This is the best gift that you can give to a human being. We are human beings. We are not human doings. We are obsessed of doings. We are obsessed of thinking of things. We are being. Human being. Being is presence. Here, now, right now. We need to stop this loop. Birth and death and dying. Birth and death and dying. We need to stop this loop. If this loop is resolved within this life only, not next birth. So we have come to the end of our session today. I hope you grasped. I hope you kept things in your heart. I do personal counseling. If you want to know more about this, more depth to this, one-on-one, I'm willing to. You only have to send me an email. I will come even for one person. I will create this atmosphere for one person to sit here. Because it's worth this body, worth this life of mine. I will go all the way for you. You have any questions right now? If you have, you can ask me. I will explain it to you. If you don't have, you can let me know later. I'll give you my card. Whoever doesn't have a card, so that you can email me and ask any question and tell me that I need to see you. I have this kind of problem, it's blocking me something. I cannot get out of this. How am I going to put it down? I'll be here for you. I will give you all the way in. But there has to be something from you I need. I need your dedication, love for this. Beyond anything, any appointment, anything that you have in your life for this. Because you are not only freeing yourself, you are freeing the one who you love as well. Everyone, thank you. And thank you. Namaste. I love you all. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
I hope as I have felt in my heart that you have felt the same. As I hope I have stopped you the tired walking road of your path and force you. I hope and I wish. This is not a path you have to walk. There is no path to freedom. Path is the freedom. There is no path to love. Love is the path. You are this. Don't take it so low because of one thought. Flick you away. Don't let that happen. You are a beautiful being. Take it yourself and show yourself this. Take your love to yourself. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Not in a selfish way, selfless way. Help when someone needs. Even the person who didn't look at you, your neighbor. Doesn't matter. Try and say good morning. You don't have to look at his face. Because why? It is not for him, this is for you. Because when you do that, you put it